Good morning, everybody. It's Doc Green, the Road Scholar. Reading in Freight Waves News today. Check it out. Werner, which I know a lot of us don't like the mega carriers and everything, but wrong is wrong. Werner just got fined. Their fines have now exceeded $100 million from a lawsuit that they have been appealing in Texas. What had happened is a driver, late at night, I forget what month it was, but anyway, he was driving his car one direction, Werner was coming the other direction, highway, median in between. The driver of the passenger car lost control of his vehicle, went across the highway, and hit the Werner truck head on. Collision. Killed one person, injured two others. Well, injured the rest, but injured one, killed one, turned a little girl into a quadriplegic, injured two other people in the car, and they sued Werner Trucking Company and the driver of the semi. The driver of the semi got fined 17% fault. The driver of the car got found a little bit at fault, like I think it's like 12% or something, and Werner got found at most at fault. Werner got found most at fault because a driver in oncoming traffic lost control on black ice, went across the median, and hit another truck head on. Now, a lot of you going, how in the world did they find the Werner company at fault? It wasn't because of a logbook violation. Driver was well within logbooks. He had not been drinking. He was doing under the posted speed limit. But here was the problem. Because it was black ice outside and the weather was cold, and the driver was going like 45 miles an hour in a area that's posted 60, he was considered to be doing excessive speed. Werner was found at fault for letting a driver that had less than, I think he'd been out of school for like less than 2 months, taking a load by himself. I think he was in the front seat by himself regardless. It doesn't say anything about co-driver, so I'm assuming by himself. And it was a high priority load. So because Werner put a new driver in the seat, and this driver was driving below the posted speed limit, but wasn't going slow enough, according to the court. And this other car lost control of their car and crossed the median and hit this driver head on. Werner is found at fault. Now, a lot of you may be wondering, oh, well, that's a big company. Well, no, that's the way it works. Here's a problem. Once Texas sets this precedence, that means that the trucking companies, no matter how safe the driver's driving, could he have been going slower? Yes. And here's how they justified he should have been going slower. Because a DPS officer observed him doing 45 miles an hour, but he said, but the record truck the Werner driver passed was only doing 35. So that's how they justify him going too fast for the road conditions. Even though he did not lose control of his vehicle, he was going too fast for road conditions, which caused the wreck to be much worse than it should have been had he been going slower. What kind of ignorant thinking is... So that's the problem with our courts today and this legal society and everything. Suppose he'd be going 15 miles an hour. Could they assume him for not going 5 miles an hour? It's all arbitrary. That's an arbitrary. That's due upon the person's perception, this driving. And the judge wasn't there. He has no idea. So, but because they said because he was doing excessive speed and he was a new driver and he was pushing a high priority load, he wasn't doing excessive speed. He was a new driver and it was a high priority load, but he was going 45 miles an hour, posted speed limit was 70. Explain to me how he got found at fault. He didn't lose control of his vehicle, wasn't over hours. No one said he wasn't arrested, no drugs, no alcohol, nothing like that. But because he passed a tow truck that was going 35, and a DPS officer witnessed that it's considered excessive speed, and Werner should have known better than giving him a priority load, and Werner should have known better than this. But what did the guy do wrong? Why is Werner held at fault when their driver was under the speed limit, not out of control, and well within the rules and regulations of the law? How? Yeah, I'd appeal it too. And I want to know how that court... that's a problem with courts. The judges... Or they just make up stuff as they felt bad. I know what happened. They got in the court and everything, and he's watching and this was the appellate court, I think, that upheld the lower court's decision. And I don't see, and what it is that they hear these felt emotional things about the family. Yes, the guy lost one of his children, and the other one of his children was a paraplegic, and someone else is injured, and all this. I get all that, and I feel sorry for him too. But dude, take the emotions out of it and keep the law in it. You lost control of your vehicle. You were going too fast for the speed or the condition of the road. The truck driver didn't lose control of his. That's the crap that we have to worry about. I don't care how safe you are out here or anything else, and what you think you know about the law, and you think these little cameras up here that are facing out are going to help you and everything. When they bring emotions into it and everything, you lose, drivers. Truckers, you lose. You're just a big mean truck driver, and you're running down the road, and you're killing everybody. There was a court case not too long ago. Actually, it was quite a while ago. J.B. Hunt truck driver pulled up to a red light and stopped. Full of drunken teenagers from a prom party or homecoming party hit the back end of his semi doing about 60 miles an hour in a 30 mile an hour zone. Driver got 5 years prison for manslaughter. You know what for? Why? He was over on his logbook for 15 minutes about 4 days before. So had he not been over on that logbook 15 minutes 4 days before, he would not have been at that stop sign at that time, and those drunken teenagers wouldn't have hit him. That's the crap we're dealing with out here. Anyway, guys, yeah, I'm on a rant and rave, but man, day after day after day after day, no matter how hard we're working, no matter how we try to keep the country moving and everything, no matter how low rates, we get blamed for every damn thing. Talk to y'all later. Have a good one.